Welcome back to Brick by Brick. Today we're going to be going through the 2025 redistricting maps that the Utah State Legislature is going to be considering on on Monday, and then let me get to the correct map. So this has been a fairly drawn out process. In 2018, the state legislature, the people of Utah, the voters, passed a proposition, which was Prop 4, in order to create an independent redistricting commission, and the legislature overthrew that and put forward a different map that is in place today. But there have been some legal battles back and forth over the maps, and this one currently is the one that is favored to be the next set of congressional maps for Utah. It is, I will do a bit of a close-up here on it. It's got, I'll go to the center, so it keeps Salt Lake. You do need to split Salt Lake at least once, just because it has such a high population, Salt Lake County that is. The city can, of course, remain compact together, but this right here, as you can see, and each of these little dots is a different comment on whether or not that individual supports or opposes the map. Some of them are green, even though they are against the map, but in general. But this map does a bit of an interesting thing. It's a little bit hard to see with all of these public comments, but this blue district here on the west side of Salt Lake County would be a R+2 district, so it would be very competitive in a reasonable year, in 2020 it would have gone to the Democrats. In 2018 it definitely would have. 2024 and 2022 probably not, just because Harris, it was a Trump +2 district in 2024. But it does have the potential in a year like 2020, which was a somewhat good year for Democrats. They did win. Biden did win the presidency, but in general, wasn't the most amazing year for Democrats. But in that year, it would most likely go to a Democrat. And then where it gets interesting, though, is the second orange district here, which encapsulates Salt Lake City proper, some of the southeast sections of, and quite a bit of the east bench there in Salt Lake County. It also includes Park City and a couple of the rural counties on the eastern side of the state. That would be if I remember correctly, a R+13 district, which means if that district were a state, it would have voted for Trump by 13 points. So it's in a bit of an interesting case. In 2018, the Democrat Ben McAdams was able to win in a Trump if I remember correctly, it was a Trump +15 district. So if 2018 were to be replicated with this map, it is very possible that there would be 2 Democrats in Utah's governing coalition, and Utah has 4 seats. So that would mean in a year as good for Democrats as 2018, which I'm not saying 2026 will be, possibility, we've still got a while to see, but in a year like 2018, it would result in 2 Democratic pickups in the state of Utah, of all places. And I just thought this was interesting. Wanted to make a video about it. Yeah, feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.